Right now at 6, two area bridges temporarily closing. How it could affect your commute.
And meat thief. The Eau Claire Police Department is asking for help locating the brisket bandit.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
The Eau Claire business owner accused of sexually assaulting clients and taking inappropriate pictures of them, pleading not guilty today. 40-year-old Christopher Devlin is facing 1 count of second-degree sexual assault, 3 counts of fourth-degree sexual assault, and 2 counts of capturing an intimate representation without consent. Today, he pleaded not guilty on all counts. Now, multiple victims have reported that Devlin sexually assaulted or took inappropriate pictures of them while completing cosmetic procedures at his Eau Claire business, Renew Aesthetics. If convicted, Devlin faces a max of nearly 50 years in jail. He's back in court July 15th.
Authorities in Juneau County were the victims of a swatting call last Saturday. According to the Juneau County Sheriff's Office, they received a call at about 11 p.m. Saturday from a man saying he'd killed his mother and was leaving the residence. The man, who identified himself as Jesse, gave authorities an address for a home in the Clearfield Township. After making contact with people at the address, law enforcement determined the call was a hoax. Swatting calls are a form of criminal harassment designed to cause a major tactical response and can prove deadly. A Juneau County Sheriff's deputy experienced this danger firsthand. They were involved in a single vehicle car crash while responding to Saturday's swatting call and had to be treated at a hospital. The swatting call and car crash are under investigation.
The Dodge County Sheriff's Office has arrested the warden and 8 staffers at Waupun Correctional Institution. Warden Randall Hepp is charged with misconduct in public office. The other 8 face felony inmate abuse charges. Waupun Correctional has been at the center of scandal for quite some time. 4 inmates have died in the past year. 3 of them are subject to federal lawsuits. Federal investigators have also been looking into a suspected smuggling ring involving prison employees since March. In a press conference today, the Dodge County Sheriff says the prison is being operated recklessly.
Lack of accountability really falls to making sure that your staff know what they're doing, making sure they're trained, making sure they're following policies and procedures, and when they're not, ensuring that they are trained on what to do.
In a press release today, the governor urged the Dodge County Sheriff's Office to keep the investigation open, saying in part, quote, "Each and every person who's failed to do their job at the high level that we expect or treat people in our care with the dignity, humanity, and respect they deserve should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. It's that simple. There must be accountability and justice." If convicted, Warden Hepp faces up to 3.5 years in prison.
Well, the stakes are high for the Eau Claire Police Department as they try to identify the brisket bandit. On Friday, the police department shared footage of a man sneaking into a family's backyard on the north side of Eau Claire and stealing brisket they were smoking overnight. According to the Post, the suspect entered the victim's backyard, licked their fingers, and made a clean getaway with 12 pounds of smoked deliciousness. If you recognize the brisket bandit, you can contact the Eau Claire non-emergency line at the number on your screen or submit a tip to Crime Stoppers.
Certainly not something we see every day in
No,
this
not at all. I haven't seen anything like that, and I'm from Texas, and barbecue's
probably
a big
more
thing.
inclined, yeah. All right, well, some storms are moving their way into the region. Let's get the full breakdown on the radar with Greg.
Yeah, we got some storms right now. It's not hitting a lot of areas, mainly to the north and actually to southwest Wisconsin, but we still got more coming through to the west, and all these pretty much are not severe except one that's near Wausau. So we're expecting those white boxes, or special weather statements, indicating that you could have winds maybe up to 50 miles per hour, hail up to nickel size, so unsecure objects could be blown around, and some maybe minor damage with the small hail. So there's nothing right now in our area that is indicating that it's a stronger type thunderstorm, but right there we have one that just head just south of Ladysmith that's going to be impacting them. To the south, that's probably where more of the action is going on right now, towards Dubuque and to Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, Decorah. They have a line of showers and storms. Could produce a wind gust out there, once again up to 40 to maybe 45 miles per hour. Up to the north, we're not seeing anything, but overall, that's going to be the trend throughout this evening, is the line of showers and storms eventually will come through Eau Claire, and eventually that line will probably approach La Crosse, scattered in nature, but still we'll see thunderstorms probably through about 9, and then later on we'll start seeing just the activity probably remain north of I-94 with a few more showers. Once we get to midnight, then everything really begins to quiet out and we have clearing skies. But notice the temperatures up to the north. I'm going to break down exactly what that means with all that cooler air up to the north in Canada if it's going to arrive here, and what the wind looks like when it does arrive. All that coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
The Minnesota legislature approved $12 million to advance the installation of carp deterrents in the Mississippi River, but the actual installation is still years away.
These invasive carp consist of silver, bighead, grass, and black, which were brought over to the United States in the 70s to control algae blooms. And since then, they've established themselves in the Mississippi River throughout Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Silver and bighead carp are filter feeders that can remove the necessary food supply for many native species, causing fish to decline in health and abundance.
A research biologist with the United States Geological Survey hopes the deterrents will stop the upstream expansion of carp at the Locken Dam 5 just north of Winona.
So a deterrent can be a device that is placed in the water that can emit a signal or combinations of lights, sound, and bubbles that invasive carp don't like, and can hopefully impede them from continuing to expand upstream into places where we don't want these species to be.
Fritt adds that if they can stop invasive carp from expanding upstream in the Mississippi River, it will be much easier to control their populations compared to trying to manage them once they are already established.
The deterrents are not currently being used at Locken Dam 5. According to this legislation, installation is set to begin in 2029.
A bridge near West Salem is closed today for a replacement project. The La Crosse County Highway Department says contractors have moved up the schedule for a bridge replacement on County Highway M just north of West Salem. Work on the project is expected to last through October. The public should use posted detour routes during this time.
And drivers who use Black Hawk Bridge over the Mississippi will want to be aware of some upcoming closures. The Iowa DOT says construction work on a new pier will cause intermittent closures for up to 2 hours beginning the week of June 17th. Those closures will happen between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. DOT says the closures are to reduce vibration and limit the chances of damage. In February, the bridge closed for 2 months for repairs. Construction on a new bridge that will replace the Black Hawk Bridge should be completed in 2027.
A grant is bringing a new environmental education space to the La Crosse area. Clearwater Farm in Onalaska was awarded a grant by the Myrick Hicks and Eco Park Fund through the La Crosse Community Foundation. The grant is helping develop a new wetland habitat space to educate people on native gardening, water conservation, and highlight the role of wetlands in climate resilience. The La Crosse Community Foundation says expanding natural habitats in the area play a major role in the community's well-being.
It's a privilege to be able to live in an area where there are robust and healthy outdoor spaces, and we know how much positive impact that can have on a person's mental health, on their physical health, and so it's really important to us to have spaces like this.
The new space is already open to members of Clearwater Farm. People are welcome to experience it for free during their open barn days. We'll have that schedule on our digital platforms.
President Biden's son Hunter in court today for his gun trial.
As the prosecution determines if he was using drugs when purchasing the weapon, his ex-wife gives her testimony.
I'm a mom of 2 healthy children, and I'm also an OBGYN who had to end a wanted pregnancy because my baby was very sick. I got the call from my doctor, and he said my baby wouldn't survive. So my husband and I made the decision to have an abortion. That's not a decision for any politician, including Donald Trump. Women need access and should have access to all of their options. Donald Trump wants to criminalize women for making a healthcare decision, even if it saves a woman's life. That is horrifying. If Trump was reelected, it would be devastating for women's healthcare.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
child have sleep disorders, ADHD, ADD, speech issues, or mouth breathing? These are a few symptoms of a myofunctional disorder. If left untreated, it can cause disrupted sleep, TMJ pain, snoring, and other health problems. At Allen Dental, our myofunctional therapist will develop a plan to retrain the face, mouth, and throat muscles, leading to better sleep, mouth alignment, and nasal breathing, which has so many benefits for overall health. Contact Allen Dental today to schedule your appointment.
Hunter Biden's ex-wife took the witness stand today as prosecutors try to prove the president's son was a drug user when he applied to buy a gun back in 2018.
Testimony from the prosecution's first witness, an FBI agent, wrapped up this morning with cross-examination by the defense. CBS News correspondent Erica Brown is in Wilmington, Delaware with the latest on the trial.
Testimony in Hunter Biden's gun trial continued Wednesday with his ex-wife Kathleen Buell and ex-girlfriend Zoe Keston on the stand. Prosecutors called them to testify about Hunter's history of drug use. Under cross-examination, defense attorneys asked Buell if she ever saw Hunter using drugs. No, she replied. On redirect, the prosecutor asked Buell how she knew Hunter was using drugs. She replied, "He told me." Buell also said she assumed Hunter was continuing to use when she found pipes in the car about a dozen times. The president's son faces 3 felony charges stemming from the purchase of a gun in 2018. He said on the application he was not a drug user. So far this week, federal prosecutors have spent hours showing jurors evidence of Hunter Biden's drug problem, including playing excerpts of him narrating the audiobook of his memoir.
I used my superpower, finding crack anytime, anywhere, less than a day after landing at LAX in the spring of 2018.
On the stand Wednesday morning, an FBI agent faced cross-examination about the timeline of Hunter Biden's drug use. Defense attorney Abby Lowell pointed to text messages from Hunter Biden's devices around the time, noting that those specifically did not reference drugs. If convicted, Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison and fines of up to $750,000. Erica Brown, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
In the trial, prosecutors are not required to prove Hunter Biden was using drugs the day he bought the gun, only that he was using them around the time of the purchase when he's accused of having lied on that form.
The La Crosse Public Library is receiving a $10,000 grant.
The money going toward helping inmates re-enter into society.
We definitely have the storms this evening, but then we're going to deal with some windy conditions for Thursday, along with a drop in the temperatures. I'll show you how far our temperatures will drop, what the winds look like, and what Friday also looks like coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, only at Hy-Vee.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin, but this was my childhood home. Graduated East High, became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. We're celebrating June Dairy Month here at Wesco in Sparta. Have you thanked a farmer today? Take up to 25% off in select departments store-wide all month long. Plus, get free ice cream with every purchase. Buy a sofa, get free ice cream. Buy a fridge, get free ice cream. Buy some flooring, get free ice cream. Did I mention free ice cream with every purchase? Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
We provide specialty level care in anything from wisdom tooth removal to dental implant placement to more complex corrective jaw surgeries.
Trying to make it as easy of an experience as you can go through. We're the most experienced clinic in the region for these types of procedures. If you or your family member needs wisdom teeth removed, tooth extraction, dental implants, you found the right place. We'd be happy to see you here.
We work closely with your general dentist. Have a discussion with your dentist about a referral to us.
You made a cow. Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
BMO. Earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, only at Hy-Vee.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The La Crosse Public Library is receiving a $10,000 grant from the American Library Association. The funds will be used to better serve recently incarcerated individuals. The La Crosse Public Library has had a relationship with the La Crosse County Jail for more than 2 years now. The library holds weekly classes at the jail for things like education and emotional development. The new grant will help continue that connection after inmates are released from jail and allow them full access to the services the library offers.
Regardless of who you are, every single person in our community is equally deserving of full access to library services. So it's really kind of our commitment and responsibility to show up for every single person.
The money will also be used to help incarcerated individuals find employment and continue education with materials like GED prep books. The library partnered with Western Technical College for the Project Proven program for students who are attending school after being released.
Well, it certainly felt like summer today during our company barbecue.
Oh, it was
you
great.
were in shorts playing pickleball.
I embraced it.
Yeah, I was at the ice cream truck taking in 2 ice creams.
Nice.
It was a lovely day for it.
It was perfect.
We had a
so
really
I guess
great time.
we can thank Greg for that, I suppose.
Yeah.
But does it stick around, Greg?
Well, the good news is we lost the humidity. That was day one after a front. Usually the humidity drops, your dew points fall, which were back in the 50s compared to mid-60s. Day two behind the front typically means the temperatures fall even further. So that's what we're going to see really tomorrow. But with all the rain we've had really in May and now for the last week, we've had some issues now starting to rise up in the Mississippi River. Only get into minor flood. This will probably be early next week. Wabasha is an action stage, which is just below. We don't expect these crests to be much higher, given that we're not going to see any more significant rainfall. They'll probably crest and then probably lowering, but still, they have risen up. Kind of a far cry that we've had to the drought conditions last year. But for tonight, we do have the showers and storms until midnight. Not expecting a lot of rain from that. Still could see some small hail and wind gusts, potentially maybe up to 40 or 50 as they come through. Tomorrow definitely is going to be the windy, then cloudy and cool, unseasonably cool conditions too. And less wind as we go on Friday and some more sun, but still, we're not going to be where we should be. The severe threat today continues to be that kind of that borderline issue, and it's really just the winds could get up to 40 to 50 for most storms, but we could have a severe storm that gets up into the 60 range. Hail size, nickel size, so some secure light. Once again, not expecting a widespread severe outbreak with it, but still we got some stronger storms coming. Right now, the main activity is further to the southwest Wisconsin. The only really severe thunderstorm warning we have that's out to the east. All these white boxes are just special weather statements indicating you could get 40 to 50 mile-per-hour winds and some small hail with it. The next batch coming is probably west of Twin Cities. That's eventually going to approach Eau Claire probably in the next hour, and then what's left of that will then continue to dig south and eventually get probably to La Crosse 7 to 8 if it holds together. I don't think it'll be a solid line coming through, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue probably through midnight, but by the time we get to 10, it's mostly north and east of 994, and then after midnight, everything kind of quiets down, and we kind of have clearing skies, and you'll wake up to sunny skies for the most part, but then the clouds come in, the cooler air arrives, so we're going to see a lot more low clouds begin to develop towards the noon, and then afternoon hours with a few showers possible or sprinkles towards the afternoon. Winds, but look at these temperatures at noon. We're only struggling to get to 60 up to the north, mid-60s to the south, and we're not going to really climb much higher than that throughout the afternoon. That'll be the story, too, going on, is the cooler temps, the cloud cover and the winds. Tomorrow, potentially 20 to 25 sustained winds. As you go further west, higher elevations could see some gusts, potentially up to 30 to 35. We'll see that kind of die off a little bit towards Thursday evening, but still breezy conditions for Thursday. So it's definitely going to be a change from what we've had. The good news is Friday, less wind and more sun. That's the good news. So our temperatures will climb up a little bit and less wind, so it won't feel as bad. But for tonight, we're looking for those showers and storms eventually to end around midnight or so. Tomorrow, more clouds in the afternoon, the sun in the morning, but definitely will feel kind of chilly out there with temperatures barely getting up to 60 up to the north, maybe 70 to the south. And then as we go towards Friday into Saturday, we're looking at improving conditions. There is a chance now for showers Friday night, but overall the weekend is fairly dry. But notice the temperature fall back on Sunday behind another reinforcing shot of some cooler air. And if you want warmth and humidity, you gotta wait till the end of next week probably.
That's okay. We see a lot of sun right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice
you do.
consecutive days of that.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Loggers are back at the Lumberyard tonight to begin a series with the Rockers. Plus, the Brewers looking to avoid getting swept by the best team in the NL this afternoon. Rob's got the highlights next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Stop in now for La Crosse Fire Place Company's discontinued model clearance sale. Save on in-stock wood stoves and gas fireplaces and receive up to 50% off electric fireplaces. La Crosse Fire Place Company, because your place is by the fire.
Asher Lassen Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Join us for our summer showroom sale Thursday, June 13th at either showroom in Eau Claire or on Alaska. Enjoy summer savings with up to 25% off your entire purchase at Asher Lassen Exteriors.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. To deliver the power you need means doing things right, so we can continue to provide reliable energy and peace of mind, because safety runs through everything we do. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
How much was I paying a month for insulin?
$185.
$300.
$400. I never expected anyone to do something about it. But then Tammy Baldwin did.
She stood up to the drug companies and wrote a law capping the cost of insulin.
Thanks to Tammy, now it just costs $35 a month. She made a huge difference for so many of us.
She lifted a weight off all our shoulders.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Stop in now for La Crosse Fire Place Company's discontinued model clearance sale. Save on in-stock wood stoves and gas fireplaces and receive up to 50% off electric fireplaces. La Crosse Fire Place Company, because your place is by the fire.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
After winning 5 straight, the Brewers have come back down to earth a bit, and playing the best team in the NL is a big reason why. Philly taking the first 2 games of the series. Brewers looking to avoid the sweep this afternoon. The offense for the Crew has been quiet all series, and that continued in this one. Gary Sanchez gets robbed by Bryson Stott in the 3rd, and in the 5th, Phillies finally break through thanks to Nick Castellanos. He gets a hold of this one, the left center, and that one's not coming back. A 2-run shot makes it 2-0 Phils. Let's fast forward now to the 7th. Same score. Brewers looking to cut the deficit in half. Willie Adames is going to ground it to 3rd. Here comes Willie Contreras trying to score, but Alec Boehm guns him at the plate. That keeps Milwaukee off the board. And then it's Jose Alvarado shutting the door in the 9th. Brewers held to just 2 runs in the series as they get swept in Philly. 2-0 the final. The Crew's road trip continues on Friday in Detroit. As for the Twins, they'll try to rebound tonight in New York. Minnesota has its hands full against the best team in the American League. Yankees looked that way last night, a 5-1 win in the series opener. Twins come into tonight 7 games behind Cleveland for first place in the AL Central. Chris Paddock gets the ball tonight for Minnesota. We'll have the highlights at 10. As for the Loggers, their 4-game win streak was snapped on Monday in Waterloo, but the boys are back at the Lumberyard tonight. La Crosse beginning a 4-game set against Green Bay. The first 2 of those are at home. The Loggers will look to get back in the win column tonight. First pitch scheduled for 6:35. On the softball side in Minnesota, the Windhawks are still alive. A 6-1 win over Simley in the state quarterfinals. They'll take on defending state champ Mankato East in the semis tomorrow. What a special moment it was for 3 of our area teams on Tuesday. Logan, Aquinas, and Aleva Strum all punching their ticket to Appleton next week. Rangers are heading there for the first time in 17 years. Blue Golds make it back-to-back trips to state. They'll look to get the job done next week. And how about those Cardinals? For the first time in school history, Aleva Strum is state-bound. Cardinals coming through in walk-off fashion against Royal. We'll find out who these teams will be playing in the state semis. Those seeds will be sorted out this evening. So next week it's all about the state, but today is all about this man right here. 5 years anniversary.
At WKBT.
That's right.
Years here.
Yep, 5
Half a
years.
decade.
I'm curious.
Way when you put it that way.
Which year went by the quickest for you?
I know which year went by the longest. That was 2020 for sure. The quickest was probably 2019.
2019
It's a whirlwind. You're trying to learn everything, cover all the different programs and athletes and Packer coverage. So it's been quite a journey from sports
Cheers
to news.
to 5 more.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do it.
Congratulations. All right, we'll be back with another look at your forecast after this.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
At Taco John's, we've got beef with other places that start with frozen beef. That's why we start with only 100% American never frozen beef, simmered in our signature spice blend. Say no to thaw and yes to 100% American beef at Taco John's.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
All right, we got showers and thunderstorms. There's that line that went through Twin Cities. There's a severe thunderstorm warning up there, but some of these could be strong. Gusty winds up to 50, maybe some hail size up to a quarter as it comes through. It will come through tonight. And then tomorrow, definitely going to feel the temperature difference and the wind.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.